Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Girard Sports Live, our baseball debut for the spring. Here with me, I've got Caleb Humboldt. I'm Drake Miller. I'll be taking you through the action on this lovely evening. Doubleheader up for you guys on the evening. Caleb, you've got some notes for us here as what we're going to be looking forward to in this contest. Give it to us. What has this team been up to so far this season?
Yeah, so just catching everyone up to date with this team, Girard has been pretty dominant throughout these first couple of games. They have played 6 total games, being 6-0 and being 4-0 in the C&C, with that closest win coming 3-1 against Fort Scott. But I think one of the most outstanding numbers that we've seen throughout this season so far already is that this Girard team is outscoring opponents 72-6, which is something you don't see often.
This Girard Sports Live is presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Croccan has to offer at ckt.net. Caleb, you talked about that score differential, like you said, very uncommon number, at least, and a very uncommon gap that you see, especially early on in the season. You can kind of expect more competitive games, kind of higher scoring games. Those errors usually not quite patched up, and as you go on throughout the season, those gaps are really filled up defensively. I feel like the bats stay pretty consistent from what I see at this level of play, but really impressive play from the Trojans. Now the key is, you're a couple games in, you're a couple weeks in. Let's keep the ball rolling. Don't let up off the gas, but don't try to press that narrative too hard. If you get the win, that's the essential part. You just got to get the job done. You don't have to gap every single team that you play. You can give up a couple runs here and there. Just make sure you're getting the dubs day in and day out. But like you said, very impressive performance. We look to see that carried on in this evening, but also they're playing up against a pretty solid Humboldt team here tonight, so got to keep yourself on your toes. This pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools, equal housing lender, member FDIC. To learn more online, visit mybankcmb.com. And Caleb, if you've got those starting lineups for us here, go ahead and give us the Girard, and I will follow up with the Humboldt.
It looks like for Girard, your starting pitcher tonight will be Aiden Ashbacher. Then going in the outfield, it'll start with left fielder Briggs Buckingham. The center fielder tonight will be Corbin. Can't think of the last name right now. I'll get back to that. Right fielder will be Perrin Stevens. Your third baseman will be Jackson Smith. Shortstop, Robbie Bruning. Second base, Briar Schultz. First base, Ben Colin. And your catcher will be Blake Brokob, with that designated hitter being Camden Smith.
So that is your starting lineup for the Girard Trojans. As let's go ahead and take a look across the way at Humboldt. We're actually going to go ahead and step aside for a moment as we prep the national anthem and the PA starting lineup. So we'll be right back.
Shortstop, number 5, Robbie Bruning. Second baseman, number 7, Briar Schultz. Pitcher, number 21, Aiden Ashbacher. 1, Ben Colin. Star number 12. Playing center field, number 10, Corbin Bowen. Playing left field, number 2, Briggs Buckingham. And playing right field, number 1, Karen Stevens. If everyone would stand and remove your hats, we will play the national anthem.
And as we step back in, let's go ahead and cover those starters for Humboldt. Number 5, Gavin Gunderman, followed by number 2, Mason Sterling. Number 23, Ty Shaughnessy. Number 9, Mason Miller. Number 13, Bentley Kolb. Number 21, Grady Elder. Number 6, Carson Russell. Number 10, Weston Johnson. And number 11, Luke Laurenato. On the mound, number 7, Brock Ivy. So it'll start off with the shortstop Gunderman, followed by the second baseman Sterling and the third baseman Shaughnessy. Those will be your 3 guarantees, as those starting lineups were brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carlos Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. Top of the first due up, Caleb. It's a beautiful day outside. We've had some pretty spotty weather and a lot of wind as of the last couple of weeks. So looking out at that flag just in left center, looks like an opposing wind to these batters. It's going to be blowing kind of cross from that left field, pretty much directly from the flag straight to the plate. So not a super helping wind, but this defense going to need to stay on their toes because everything's pretty well in play.
Yeah, and like you're saying, I think the Girard's defense, like we were talking about earlier, they've only allowed 6 points this year, so they're definitely one of the better defenses, and they have one of the better pitching cores that we've seen. So definitely going to be a challenge for this Humboldt team going against the Trojans.
Gunderman, first up, takes ball 1 low. Winding up and deliver. The 1-0 sits low for ball 2. 2-0 count for Gunderman at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Nice start to this at-bat. Good duel for both of these players right now. 2-1 on its way. Right on the inside edge for strike 2.
Good pitch from Ashbacher. Right down the middle.
Counts knotted at 2 apiece. Ashbacher winds up, swung on and fouled. Out of play behind the net. Keeps the count even. Gunderman just a little bit hesitant on those 2 cuts that we've seen out of him. Ashbacher seems to have the step on him. We'll see if Gunderman can adjust here. Swung on. This one I thought would have been off of his toes, but they're going to rule that a fair ball, and Gunderman makes his way to first on a slow pickup and an off shot down to first. That was very odd, Caleb.
And after the hit, I mean, I think Ashbacher was kind of waiting for the ball to go, I mean, out of bounds, to go foul, but it didn't. It kind of ended up just staying put where it was at.
It was like the perfect buns, just a swing instead. But I really thought that one came off of his ankle or toe or something. It bounced so weird. Usually kind of, or from my experience, you anticipate those ones getting called foul. So I think there was a little bit of hesitation naturally anyway. Sterling starting off with an 0-1 count. That one looked great.
I think they called it a ball.
Yeah, and I misspoke actually. It's 2-0 count right now for Sterling. Ashbacher looking to find his groove once more, looking for the upper outside corner and just can't find it. 3-0. Once again, starting down in the count. Makes it really tough on a pitcher, but Ashbacher finding his way back into the zone. 3-1. See a lot of success coming out of pitchers when they start the count up. That first pitch coming in as strike, or even if it's close. A lot of times kind of builds that confidence. Here's a chance for the Girard defense to step up, and did it get there in time? It did. Double play, roll it up for 2.
Great play from Girard, especially from Sutton Gordon and looks like Ben Colin just being there on time and getting those catches in to get those 2 outs.
That's a 5-4-3 double play. Phenomenal work from third to second and first. Here's a pop fly into center from the batter, Shaughnessy, and that'll be one and done for him. So headed into the dugout for the Trojans. Zeros on the board as they will look to strike first here on Girard Sports Live. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrick's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together. Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
And we are back on Girard Sports Live for the bottom of the first. Grounder in the infield, throw down to first in time, and that'll be a quick out for the batters of Girard. Bruning unable to get it done, but a quick swing, nothing to shy away from on your first at bat.
And Robbie wasn't shy to take a swing at it and get the ball out there, and just found an unfortunate place.
Here's a familiar face on Girard Sports Live. Briar Schultz stepping into the box now. Sees the first one up top for ball one.
And we'll see that more times than not, that a lot of these guys on this roster are the same names that we were calling and talking about during basketball season, even through football season. I know both of us weren't there for football, but these guys have played these sports throughout the whole entire year. It's the same guys for every single season.
It's just pure athleticism, man. 1-1 count for Schultz. From the windup. Ooh, nasty slider, but he gets a hold of this to left field. That opposing wind, though, is going to set it right down into the glove for out number 2. Movement on that pitch there was pretty impressive from the pitcher, Ivy, which they've got him listed as number 7, but stepping on the mound, he's... Oh, excuse me, this is Grady Elder. I read that wrong. Elder's the pitcher. So I had it wrong on the lineup and now. Apologies for that.
Looks like our third batter will be Aiden Ashbacher. He has a 1-1 count.
2 gone, nobody on. Batting in the 3-hole. Here's the pitch. Low and away for, oh.
They'll call it strike there.
It was a delayed call there. Very interesting. 1-2 count now. That one low and away. Gonna break the count even. 2-2. Elder's done a good job just kind of putting it in the zone, giving his defense a chance. We'll see what Ashbacher can do here. This one fought to the shortstop. Ashbacher hustling and just about a half a step away, but in time for out number 3. 2-3 up, 3 downs from both of these defenses. Looks to be the way this game is going to go. We'll see if that continues through the second. We'll be right back after this.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live. First one from Ashbacher, delivered in for strike one. And in the 4 for this Humboldt team, it's going to be Mason Miller, left fielder, as he fouls off strike 2. Great start to this at-bat for Ashbacher. After that first inning, he was kind of working back into those counts, starting off with 2 balls usually, and then trying to fight that way back. So see if he changes something up here. This one swung on, grounder to the shortstop, tossed over, and in time for out number 1.
So good connection from, looks like Robbie to Ben.
Now batting first baseman number 13, Bentley Kolb.
Brings up Bentley Kolb. And this one drilled past the third baseman Smith. On the first. And that'll be a single with 1 out here in the top of the second. Couple of base runners for this Humboldt team so far. Really the only difference in this game up until this point. This one poked and foul by the pitcher Elder for strike 1.
Like you're saying, both of these teams are making good contact, except this Humboldt team is the only team to get on base so far, but the Trojans weren't shy of getting the ball out there.
Ashbacher also not being too shy here in this inning, really putting them in range of these batters, testing their ability at the plate. Seemed like he was kind of maybe being a bit too precise with it in the first inning. This inning just trying to give his defense a chance and keep the errors in the field and not from the mound. Hadn't walked anybody yet though, so been doing a phenomenal job thus far. This one, grounder to the third baseman Smith, and it's off the glove in fair territory. That will advance the runner to second, and Elder stands up on first. So now our first runner in scoring position for Humboldt, as well as 2 on, but still the double play opportunity for this team out in the field. Brings up Carson Russell, the catcher. First pitch swung on and into foul territory. Once again, Ashbacher starting up in the count, applying the pressure early.
He started up in the count for these past 3 batters, but I think all 3 of them have been foul balls, so making contact but not in the field of play, and that's what you'd like if you are Ashbacher.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. So now is the time, if you're Ashbacher, kind of work with the count here. You've got comfortably 2 pitches. You got 3 pitches of room, though, that you can kind of work with and see if you can get this batter to chase, play some mind games. Here's the 0-2. That sits in for strike 3. Great pitch from Ashbacher for out number 2.
And that second out definitely applies the pressure, because now a single fly ball will end this inning and get this Trojans team out without any scores against them.
Certainly takes a lot of the stress and threat away from that runner on second. Swing and a miss for strike 1. This is Weston Johnson. He's the catcher. I read that wrong on the last one. Russell was the designated hitter. Apologies, these numbers are really small, so I'm trying to read them as best I can. This one's popped up and out of play for strike 2. Once again, Ashbacher with the 0-2 count.
He's got that room to work with and try to sneak something in there.
Which surprised that Russell wasn't playing a little more of a defensive at-bat on that last one. Caught him looking. Usually it's the other way around. You can kind of put one outside in the zone. Here's the 0-2, popped up and out of play as well. Keeps the count at 0-2. Johnson with more than expected mentality. This guy's going to be protecting the plate at all costs, trying to extend this at-bat and work with whatever Ashbacher's going to give him. 2 runners on, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, a beautiful curveball. Sits in for strike 3 and gets 2 of them looking on the last 2 outs of inning number 2. We head into the bottom of the second. 0s on the board.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live. Up first for the Trojans, I believe, is going to be Blake Brocob. This one swung on to the shortstop. One hop to first and in time for out number 1.
And this shortstop is getting his workout in. It seems like everyone's finding him right there in that gap. So far for the Trojans.
Batting third baseman number 4, Jackson Smith.
Jackson Smith up now for the Trojans with 1 gone, nobody on. Elder really saving these pitches as this one's a grounder. Once again, shortstop to first in time. Speak it into existence right there, Caleb. That has just been the solution for this defense. Elder's got that pace, and for this Trojans team, maybe the encouragement would be, sit back on it just a little bit. Let's try to get one into that right field, or if you're a lefty batter, try to get out in front of it and put it in that right field spot. Let's keep it away from this guy. His hand's feeling hot.
And for the Trojans, every single player has made contact so far, which is something you like to see, that everyone's swinging at and everyone's making contact.
1-0 counts. Pitch swung on, headed for left center. And
it is out of here.
Gone. Home run shot.
Camden Smith.
A solo blast over the left center fence. And this young man is going to bring home the first run of the evening. Everybody's struggling to get around the bases. He says, I'll just do it myself.
Get it out there and get it running.
I didn't know if it had the distance with the wind, but I mean, just kind of
well
looking out
out
there,
I
yeah.
mean,
Outfielders were hustling, but that thing had the range pretty much off the bat. Ooh, up top and off the top of the helmets.
That will be a free base for Ben Colin.
You know, a normal guy with normal height, that one may not have clipped him, but Colin's got a bit of a taller stature and a bigger target for him. Ooh, as well as a longer reach to get back on first. Pick move from Elder as he's getting a little bit antsy on the mound.
I was going to say, I mean, Elder's now kind of getting a little bit worrisome, it looks like, kind of not as sure with everything after giving up that home run and then hitting Colin.
Starts it off 0-1 on this count. Forced to go from the stretch now, so pretty big difference as he's seeing the first base runner all day today. Oh, 1 count. Elder has made 2 pick moves. Colin's going to take off. And ball 1, no throw down to second. Colin safe there and puts himself in scoring position. That is prime for a 2-out scenario. 1-1 count. This is popped up towards right. Hustling and tracking. It's out of the reach of the right fielder. Colin rounds third, gets home. Headed for third and standing up for the triple.
Corbin Bowen.
Phenomenal play from the plate as now the Trojans leading by 2 here in the second.
Great play by Corbin to get in and get Ben home.
Now not only that, but putting himself in perfect scoring position. Buckingham now, he's going to square up to bunt, try and use his legs.
I believe Briggs is our only left-handed hitter.
He shoots righty though, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
It's a bit of a, you see that a lot of times. I'm assuming he probably gloves and throws righty as well, but I know a couple guys that are like that. You know, they've got the righty glove out in the field, and then they've got the lefty bat at the plate. So batting's just one of those things where you could really go either way and learn. It just depends on which one is just more comfortable for you. He finds the gap here. Buckingham swung on for the single and brings one home in the process. For an RBI, that will be 3 runs on the board here in the bottom of the second. And on a 2-out rally nonetheless.
So now the last 3 hitters that we had, excluding Briggs, have now all scored. And Briggs is on fourth with an opportunity to score depending on what Perrin does here.
Stevens now with a chance to extend this as he swings on this one. Little slapper right past the pitcher. He makes his way to first. Buckingham on second. And continuing the rally here. Just finding the grit to put the ball in play and give yourself a chance at the base.
With 2 runners on, we will go back to the top of the batting order, coming back to Briar Schultz.
This one swung on. Makes it in the gap to right. Buckingham rounding third. He's got a bit of a hitch in his step, but makes it home nonetheless.
So Briar gets to first, and he gets Perrin to third.
So now Ashbacher stepping in with runners in the corners and 2 outs. 4 runs on the board as well, as this one's popped up. Want this one to leave play, and it does.
You can see Aiden do a sigh of relief after that one.
Get to fight off another, and when you've got the momentum rolling as high as you are right now, you want to keep it going as long as possible.
It's like Breyer gets to second.
Aschbacher takes strike 2 there, so 0-2 count now with 2 runners in scoring position. Has a chance for 2 RBIs. If he can put this one in play, and he does. Aschbacher into right field. 1 comes home, 2 come home, and there's 6 on the board for the Trojans. Keeping it true with that score differential as of right now. 6-0 here in the second alone.
We haven't seen any games this year from the boys, but this must be the key to success for this team, of just getting things going and getting it going quick and in a hurry.
Brokaw with a sky-high ball, and it finds grass. My goodness.
Aschbacher will get home.
Makes his way around the bases after tripping on second nonetheless. And that will be number 7 on the board for Girard. And we're going to see our first coach's visit to the mound here for the Humboldt Tigers. And that is one of those errors, Caleb, that when you look at it from Humboldt's perspective, how punishing that is. Not only are you keeping the momentum on the Trojans' side and letting them bat a little bit longer here in this second inning, but you put a runner on and you're not at the plate yourself. You want to be able to strike back as soon as possible, try to start that work back for the momentum. Seen a lot of games sway in a lot of different ways. I've seen teams go up 12 and then the other team ends up winning in two innings back to back. So, but you've got to kill the momentum at some point. Right now, this team has made just too many mistakes out in the field. I don't know if that one was probably the only error that you would maybe consider, but it didn't hit the glove. So, statistically speaking, nothing on the board.
Yeah, just small little errors that could have gotten this Humboldt team out of this inning. But with that, Blake Brokaw will head back to the dugout, and the runner on base now looks like Drake Bowler will come in and fill in that running role.
Takes second.
The Trojan hitting is Jackson Smith.
Smith now with an RBI chance as this one sits inside. Has to do a little dance to get out of the way.
Count is 2-0.
Two gone and a runner on second, as that one must have caught the inside corner. Certainly wasn't something Smith was looking to bite on, so now a 2-1 count. Elder delivers outside for ball 3.
This is where you like to be at if you're a batter. You have a little bit of leeway.
Elder was pretty dominant from the windup, but as soon as he started to go from the stretch, things really started to switch up, and he drops it here. Smith does not get there in time. Had a chance off of the dropped ball from Elder, but regardless of that being the third out here in the bottom of the second, the Trojans leading by 7 headed into the third. We'll be right back on Girard Sports Live.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live. Ashbacher remains on the mound, to nobody's surprise here. Starting off in the top of the third. The batter at the plate is Luke Coronado.
He starts off 0-2.
Swung on, tapping to the second baseman, fields it, flips it to first in time. Good play by the second baseman, Schultz, over to Cullen on first. Makes it a lot easier when these guys wear similar numbers across all the sports.
I was going to say, I was looking over, and I think everyone has their respective number.
Except for Schultz. Breyer, I think, wore 15 in basketball.
He did.
He's wearing 7.
I think 15's Cam's number. I think he's in the dugout, though, so I can't check that right now.
But ironically enough, my little brother who played sports was a 15-7 number guy as well, so it makes it even easier for me to make that connection.
I mean, that must go together.
It's there. I don't know. I was thinking 15, Mahomes kind of deal, but I don't know. What's a number 7? Favre?
I guess. I can't really think of any
Michael
other.
Vick. Here's a one swung on, back to Schultz and over to first for out number 2. Surely we can come up with something.
There's got to be
better
someone.
Now batting second baseman number 2, Mason Sterling.
Mason Sterling now. Got a timeout for a bat on the field. This will be his second time around here in the top of the third. Still trying to break the ice here for Humboldt, as they have only had 3 runners on this entire game, which seemed like a lot going into the bottom of the second, and then Girard kind of showed him what's up. 1-0 counts. This one sits in, swing and a miss for strike 1.
We're looking. There's a couple other famous number 7s.
Ronaldo.
Big Ben.
There you go.
Ben Roethlisberger. There's one of the best quarterbacks.
With the World Cup coming up soon, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool
one. That's a big one.
Yeah,
that is good. One. Carmelo Anthony, basketball. There's all sorts of 7s.
Hard to think of on the spot, though.
Yeah.
2-1 count. Ashbacher. Curveball sits in for strike 2. He's loving that inside corner. Kind of putting that curveball right up there on their nose, really, and that one just sits right in the zone. Exactly what you're looking for out of a pitch. See if Humboldt ever adjusts to it. That's a tough mentality to break. Full count now. Ashbacher from the windup delivers strike 3. Retires the side here in the top of the third as we head into the bottom. Girard looking to continue their damage here on Girard Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Cam Smith to lead off the bottom of the third. Started that 2-out rally in the bottom of the second. And this one inside. Ball one. (1-0) from Elder as this one swung on hard to the third baseman. And flipped over to first for out number one. And the throw around the horn fumbled with. Always a rough sight.
Yeah. I was looking at Humboldt's previous records up until now. It looks like on the season they are 1-1. It's quite a few less games than the Trojans. They've only played Neodesha, and they split that series 1-1. So not much on this team up until now.
A moving slider just out of the zone for ball one on Cullen. Cullen with a 1-0 count, starting up here on his second at-bat of the day. This one, bunt, laid down foul for strike one. Cullen, for a tall guy, he can get a move on and really make you rethink everything about him, because he is, I mean, he doesn't look like he'd be as quick as he is. You know, it's a little bit deceiving with how tall he is.
Like you're saying, Ben's got a little bit of size to him. But he is pretty quick for whenever you look at him.
3-1 count for Cullen. One out, no runners on. Elder, this one swung on, headed for left. Does it have the distance? Yes, it does.
And it is gone.
Ben Cullen adds one to his stat sheet. Another solo shot on the left field side. Brings another run to the Trojans here in the third.
And that is just such a momentum killer for any momentum this Humboldt team thought they were getting. Another solo home run just to send it away.
Bunt laid down. It was a beautiful one. Just checks up outside of the batter's circle and does not make it there in time.
That'll be Corbin Bowen. It'll be his first down of the game.
2 down as Buckingham steps into the box. No runners on. Buckingham fouls off strike one. The 0-1 swung on, flipped to first, and out there for 3 gone. So they put one on the board, the Trojans, in Ben Cullen fashion, as we head into the top of the fourth. 8-0 is the score. We'll be right back.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
At Girard Medical Center, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown healthcare team. From family medicine and emergency care to lab services, surgery, imaging, and beyond, we're here when you need us. Compassionate care close to home. To learn more about our high-quality care and everything that we have to offer, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area.
And we're back for the top of the fourth. Ashbacher remains on the mound. Starting it off 1-0 as an 8-0 score has manufactured here in the last 2 innings for this Trojan team. And we talked about it earlier, but really ringing true to that score differential that we talked about in the pregame, 72-6 on opponents so far this season. As Ty Shaughnessy now swings on over to Schultz on second, and this time does not make the transition to first. We saw him get plenty of action in the top of the third, and Schultz was able to manufacture, I think, 2 outs, 2 of the 3 outs from over there on second. This time fumbles that. So runner on first now as the count starts off 1-0 for Mason Miller. Ashbacher from the stretch delivers strike 1. One count. Miller swings, fouled. So now 2 strikes on the count to Miller with only 1 ball. Got a long way to work his way back into this one, but a runner on first. Feel like you got to play a little defense in this one. Perfectly placed and a great speed from Ashbacher. Catches him on the front leg and swing and miss for strike 3.
So 4-8 and so far an incredible game of pitching. He has 5 strikeouts with, I think, if I can count this quick enough, 4 strikeouts through 13 batters.
Yeah, pretty good showing so far at Ashbacher, and the quicker he can wrap up this 4th inning, his stats are certainly going to be impressive. Sits in for strike 2 after the foul poke over the head of first base Cullen. It'll be Bentley Kolb at the plate for Humboldt. Swung on, stays in the infield. Schultz snags it out of the air, looks back to first, and getting back was Shaughnessy. Now with 2 gone. Elder now looking to try to break the ice for Humboldt. They have just not been able to get hardly anything going. This one's popped up. Left field side. Smith trying to track, and it's out of play. 0-1 count for Elder. Swung on. Grounder down the first base side. Cullen makes a shifty move on first to get the third out of the inning. Ashbacher lets it float just a little bit, but nonetheless, 3 gone in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom as Girard looks to extend on their lead.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Up first, top of the lineup, Robbie Bruning. Sees strike 1 there on the 0-1 count. Swung on down the left field side and foul for strike 2. Bruning was able to make his way around the bases on his last at-bat during that heavy spree in the bottom of the second. This is his 3rd time around at the plate. Grounder to the pitcher, flip to first, and in time for out number 1.
Now batting second baseman number 7, Ryan Schultz.
Schultz now with 1 gone, no runners on. First pitch swung on to right field, and a 2-step inside will put it out of the range of the right fielder. Schultz rounds first, stands up on second for a stand-up double. With 1 gone, looking to kick off this inning. And just kind of breaking down that play, that right fielder over there for Humboldt is going to be Brock Ivy, and he had that initial kind of 2-step in. Remember back whenever I was playing baseball, they always told you first steps are backwards. You always want to step back because it's easier to come forward.
That's what, I mean, even I think the last time I played baseball, I might have been in 5th grade, but that's the one thing I remember of you always got to go backwards before you go forwards.
Grounder to the shortstop, out at first for Ashbacher. Advances Schultz to 3rd. So he will stand up in prime scoring position for Brocobb, who steps in now. Brocobb found first on his last at-bat with a high, sky-high fly ball. It just kind of fell in between 3 defenders out there in shallow right center. I mean, that was just a good find from him. This time I think he's wanting to get a little bit more aggressive. Yes! There it is for Brocob. Finds the gap in between short and third. Stands up on first and brings Schultz home.
So Breyer will get the score 9-0, scored 7 in the bottom of the second, and the Trojans have scored 1 apiece in the bottom of the third and fourth inning now. Looks like the batter will be Jackson Smith with Drake Bulware on first as the runner for Brocob.
And they're going to call balk on Elder, which will advance Drake to second. So now in scoring position, big difference in this at-bat for Jackson Smith, as he's going to take third. Throw down there is in time, and just a bit too aggressive there, trying to catch the defense on their heels. The Trojans head back out into the field for the top of the fifth. 9-0's the score. We'll be right back.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrich's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products.
Carson Russell. Terrible.
Here for the top of the fifth, Ashbacher's still on the mound here, doing a great job so far as Carson Russell steps into the box. Righty batter. Seen a pretty strong surplus of righties across these two teams. Seems to be that primary handedness, obviously, but a lot of times you get into those higher levels, you know, watching the D2, D1 players, and it's like almost alternating. You see lefty, righty, and a lot of that's kind of strategic and mixing up that batting order, but very interesting to see. Not very few lefties across these two teams.
And I think both team only has one left-handed hitter. I know for our boys it's Briggs Buckingham. I'm not sure who it is for this Humboldt team, but
yeah, we'll have to watch because I feel like I recall. I didn't write it down, but
might be Johnson or Lorando, if I can remember right.
Not so confident cut out of Russell on that last pitch. 3-1 count as it sits now. No outs, no runners on as he is the leadoff. Swing and a miss for strike two. That's one of those that could easily go either way there for Ashbacher and Russell. Something that's really in a batter's wheelhouse if they want it. But now a full count. Ashbacher gets him. Swing and a miss for strike three. One gone here in the top of the fifth.
Now batting pitcher number 10, Weston Johnson.
Brings up Johnson. Been a minute since Humboldt has really been able to put even a base runner in scoring position. See if they can get one here, as this is a grounder down the left field side. Foul for strike one. A 1 count. Ashbacher winds up and delivers. Swing and a miss for strike two with the off speed. He is really catching these batters out in front. Doing a great job just mixing it up. 0-2 count. Deliver. Swing and a miss for strike three. Tag out on the drop. And that'll be two gone here in the top of the fifth.
That is now Aiden's 7th strikeout of the game.
Center fielder number 11, Luke Coronado.
Coronado with 2 outs and still no runners on. Either Russell or Johnson able to produce anything on their at-bats.
I believe Coronado is their left-handed hitter. I think they only have one.
As he sees strike two there. 0-2 count. Ashbacher keeping it lethal from the mound.
Aiden is getting it done this inning.
0-2 pitch on its way. Curveball outside. Up to 62 in the count right now. Pretty impressive if he gets this one done on this batter. Popped up. Stays in the infield. Tracking and caught by Bruning for out number 3. So that will be the end of the top of the fifth. As we head into the bottom, 9-0 is the score still. We'll be right back after this.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member F.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B.
For the bottom of the fifth in Girard Sports Live, the Trojans leading by 9. And after doing a little bit of research, it seems as if one run would wrap this one up in 5 innings. Now, that was just a quick Google search, so don't quote me on that. I might be wrong, but from what I read, Smith sees strike one there. On the last 2 innings, it's been a little bit quieter than that second inning performance. Had a solo shot from Cullen that kept things going, and then, of course, batting around the bases, bringing one in there in the 4th as well. I think that was Briar Schultz. This one right back up the middle for Smith, and he will stand on first. A leadoff single for Jackson Smith.
And that ball looked like it almost went through the pitcher's glove. I think it kind of caught the end of it, and he looked like a little bit of frustration after he missed that opportunity.
That's a tough play, though. I mean, that is so quick coming up on you as a pitcher. You've got, like, I can't remember the exact measurement. A little rough on baseball. We're early in the season still, but
going over from
yeah,
basketball.
We're transitioning from basketball, but it's so quick just coming up on you. That ball's coming back probably upwards of 90 miles an hour, and 1-0 count up top for ball 2. This is Cam Smith, who was able to, like I said on his previous at-bat, was able to get things going early in the 2nd, and then I believe he produced a single on his last at-bat. Check me on that, Caleb.
Cam had his home run, and it looks like his last at-bat he had hit it, and I think he got out. I believe it was that one where it went back to that shortstop and then just a quick throw to first.
3-0 count for Smith. Watches strike one down the middle there. Not a lot of times you're going to see batters swing on the 3-0.
No, especially if it's close. Just going to hope for that 4th ball and get on base.
Well, you want to see another pitch and try and extend that pitch count as well, as that one is low for ball 4, which will advance Smith to 2nd. Probably the most crucial detail of that transaction. And now they're going to make a decision for a pinch runner here for Smith, who will head back to the dugout. So Smith, that would be Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Jackson Smith remains on 2nd.
So many Smiths.
Yes.
Looks like.
I just wanted to specify that.
I was trying to see who they sent in as a runner. I believe that is number 14, Quentin Bruning. So
1-0 count at the plate for Cullen. No. 1-1.
1-1 now.
That one was dropped out of the glove. I almost would have bet that was a ball, but Coronado gets the call there, and now a swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 count for Cullen at the plate. I think the key here for Ben is you just kind of put it in play, try to get Smith to 3rd by any means. And he is going to wear it.
Gosh, that's twice now.
Catches it right on the left side of his torso and heads to first. Smith now on 3rd. Bases loaded for the batter. Swung on, popped up, headed for right. In foul territory and out of play for strike 1. Corbin Bowen with the 0-1 count. And really here, if you're Bowen, you cannot do hardly any wrong as long as this ball enters the field of play.
I mean, you can get it really much anywhere. Even a pop fly in the outfield is going to send one of your runners home.
But now with the 0-2. That one chasing the outside corner, does not get it from Coronado. 1-2 count. Swung on, popped up, headed for center. This one has distance and will skip its way to the fence. Headed home is Smith, and that will bring in 10. in the 5th, which ends this game early with run rule. 10 after 5. The Trojans take victory in game number 1 of this doubleheader this afternoon. 10-0. What a performance from this group. And really, I mean, let's go ahead and take this to our post-game show as we'll break up these two games here on the post-game show, brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in town 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Eastside Cafe, proud supporter of Girard Athletics. Talk about our player of the game for game number 1, Caleb. I've got an idea, but I want to see if maybe we're on the same page.
I was thinking of two guys. I think I'd probably go with Aiden Ashbacher with that defensive showing, the pitching showing. I mean, the amount of strikeouts he was able to get, I don't think they had a guy get to third all game, just keeping them from anywhere close to scoring. And so I'd say, for me, player of the game would be Aiden Ashbacher, but that other guy I was thinking of was either Cam Smith or Ben Colin. And it looks like, both of them had incredible games offensively. I would say Ben didn't have a single out. He had a home run, and then the other 2 times he got on base, he had taken a hit to get there. So,
yeah, I would say Ashbacher certainly deserving of that player of the game here in game number 1. I mean, just a shutout in any rate. That's going to bring you a win. It doesn't matter how many innings you play, how many runs you score, as long as you put even one on the board and you shut out the other team, you cannot lose. So, very impressive performance from the mound. But, a lot of credit goes out to that defense as well. You're able to deliver strikes. You've got the confidence of that strong defense behind you as well. It's going to, breed some successful pitching. On the other side of things, talk about our hit of the game. Brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. And that, I feel like, has to go to Cam Smith.
Yeah, I agree. Both Ben and Cam had just absolute bombs out of the park. But Cam, he had that home run that then led such a scoring drive from this team.
The spark for the fire, I feel like, has that effect. Colin, obviously, you want to talk about just what they did. They did the exact same thing, pretty much in the same scenario as well. Just the team able to capitalize off of one better than the other. But, at the rate the game was going, there was 2 gone in the bottom of the 2nd. You were thinking this is going to be a pretty defensive battle. It's early. These guys got out of school not that long ago, and they're kind of a little bit sluggish probably, a little bit into the season. Humboldt also just a little bit sluggish on their feet, and then all of a sudden, kicks starting the fire, and it was just no holds barred for this offense of the Trojans.
Yeah, like you're saying, these guys getting through math and English class, and then you get out here on the field, and they kind of started slow. And like you were saying, I was expecting this to kind of drag around, but they got going, and they got going quick just to get on the board in that 3rd inning with 7 in a row. And then from there, every other inning just had to score 1 run to get that run rule there in the 5th. So great game from the boys for their home opener.
Now, the question is, how will that translate into game 2? You've really been able to put it together pretty much for 1 inning. Now, sometimes you see that and you go, it was a bit of a fluky inning. The defense was on their heels. You were just able to find those gaps, and defensive teams have those innings. But how is that going to translate? Are they going to have that consistent success over and over and over again on the offensive side of the ball going into game 2? So we'll see how this all pans out. Fornelli taking a break with his team, so we will go ahead and take a break as well in between game 1 and 2. We'll be right back after this.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state Farm and Ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed. You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
The Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from the Vet Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090. More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrick's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Ginny, or Amber in Girard today.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state farm and ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from the Vet Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live. Game 2 underway here. If you're just joining us, I'm Drake Miller. You're joined by Caleb Humboldt in the booth. Game 1 went as probably the Girard fans expected. So far this season, they have outscored opponents after Game 1, 82-6 in total. Has been the score differential in runs. That game ended up 10-0 at the end of 5, so a little bit of an early ending for this Trojan team. But as we move into game number 2, the pitcher on the mound for the Trojans is going to be Sutton Gordon. Up first in the lineup for this Humboldt squad is going to be Gunderman.
It looks like the changes we will have will be Gordon coming in at pitcher. Drake Smith will move over to that right field position, and Ashbacher will move over to the left field position.
So Gunderman makes his way to first. Sterling takes the box now. A relatively similar start to the first inning that we saw last game. Ashbacher had a rougher performance across the first 2 innings than he did in the last 3. First 2 innings kind of giving up a couple base runners. Didn't give up a single run, though. But in those last 3, it was pretty well lights out.
Yeah, and I think looking back, that last inning, it was 1 pop-up, 2 strikeouts. The inning before it, the first runner got on base, 1 strikeout and 2 first base outs, just real quick and easy.
Shaughnessy steps into the box now. That one about helmet high for ball 1. Gordon still finding his groove. Strong commonality across pitchers in their first innings. One count. 1 out and a runner on second. Gordon from the stretch. Delivers. Swung on. Into right. And foul. Out of play. One-two count now for Shaughnessy at the plate.
So a little bit of room to work here for Sutton Gordon.
You can expect something to kind of paint the corners. Looking for that outside or inside edge of the plate there. And there it is. Inside pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gordon puts that perfectly. Bit of a screwball tail on that. Maybe a kind of 2-seam fastball that he's rocking with. I just had that tail end swooping on that inside corner. Beautiful pitch. Two gone and a runner on second now is the situation for Mason Miller. So far, same lineup for this Humboldt team that we saw in the last game.
Yeah, and I think looking at the roster change, we won't have anything different till those last 4 batters. Looks like that got shaken up a bit, but like you're saying, these first 6 look to be the same.
Check swing there from Miller. Check down to the field ump. He says he did not go. 2-0 count. Gordon delivers. Beautiful pitch inside for strike 1. That has been his spot so far in these first 4 batters. It's something he's chasing and something he's forcing. The only tough part about that is some of these batters can really flip their hips and turn on that fastball. Got to be careful on some of these hitters. Up top for ball 3. So now Gordon with a pitch or so to gain on Miller. Don't want to give him anything too good, though. 3-1 on its way. And ball 4 walk sends Miller to first, as we're going to see a quick mound visit here. 2 runners on, both on a walk. I think Fornelli's telling him, you know, hey, you've got a runner on second. Don't be leaving those up high. You got to keep it down low, keep it in the infield, kind of paint the lower side of the zone. You leave something a little bit too high, and the right batter gets a hold of it, they could really take it yard.
Even that, with some of those higher ones, it's hard for that catcher, Blake Brocob, to get to there and make sure to stop that ball. And so any ball that gets past him, you can assure that those runners will make it to third and second. So far, a great job by Blake making sure to stop every ball that's coming his way. But if one gets away, that's a dangerous situation for the Trojans.
And that may have just been something that kind of slipped Gordon's mind that didn't quite register. Good on Fornelli to get out there, tell his player, hey, this is the situation. I need to make sure you understand it. And it seems like Gordon has adjusted accordingly. 0-2 count, both of those sitting kind of on that lower side of the zone like we were expecting. Here's the 0-2. Just a bit high. This is Bentley Kolb at the plate with the 1-2. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gordon gets 2 Ks on the inning and retires the side as we head to the bottom of the first. 0s on the board as Girard looks to rattle the bats once again. We'll be right back after this.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Ginny, or Amber in Girard today.
And we're in the bottom of the first on Girard Sports Live. Robbie Bruning steps in as the leadoff. Looks to be a similar lineup like we kind of talked about in that pregame for this Girard team. As this one swung on right back up the middle, and Bruning will have a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first. One of the things we talked about when we were approaching this doubleheader, Caleb, I'm sure you remember, is talking about the difference between Game 1 and Game 2 and how sometimes you see teams come out in Game 2 and they're looking a little sluggish. They've had a meal, had a little bit of rest. But sometimes you see teams come out and they are just primed and ready to go. They feel kind of rejuvenated with the food, and their bats are already feeling hot. They've got a couple of at-bats under their belt. And so far, Humboldt was a little bit slow, and I don't want to assume off of one batter for Girard. So we'll see going here into the bottom of the first. Swing and miss for strike one on Briar Schultz. Bruning takes second on the drop ball.
But like you're saying, I mean, I think this Trojan team, none of these guys seem to be super sluggish. I went in the dugout to talk to Fernelli and get these rosters for the second game, and all the guys still seemed rejuvenated and ready to go.
Makes a big difference when a game comes up short like that as well. You know, only a 5-inning long game can certainly change things. 2-1 count for Schultz, as this one's fouled into the glove for strike two. Two count. This one swung on into left. Finds grass. The throw home will keep Schultz at third. Or no, excuse me, keep Bruning at third. Schultz will take second. And that's the surprising thing. I'm very shocked to see that that throw was not just into the infield to try and slow Schultz down and put runners in the corners.
And that throw in the infield probably would have kept Briar at first, but now Aiden has an opportunity to send both of these guys home as they're both in scoring position.
Ashbacher watches strike one there. Gets a feel for this new pitcher as that one's outside for ball one. Gunderman already showing some signs of struggle here in the bottom of the first. This one's a hard hit. Grounder to the shortstop. Hustling to first. He's there in time. On the ground as Schultz heads for home. That's 2 runs in. Ashbacher with a 2-run RBI. I'd say he had it. I think he had first.
I think even if he didn't drop it, I think Aiden had the step on him.
So now Brocob will step in. 2 runs on the board for this Trojan team. Here in the bottom of the first, Brocob sees strike one, throw down to first. A little bit off the mark, but Ashbacher gets back in time. Oh-1 on its way from Gunderman. In the dirt, throw down to second, way off the mark.
That throw going in the middle of the infield. Outfield, excuse me.
Ashbacher takes third. And that is 2 stolen bases for that young man, as now he is in prime scoring position. Brocob with the 1-1 count.
Just a miscommunication from the second baseman and the catcher. It looks like the second baseman was going to the base and the catcher threw it to where the second baseman was at.
2-1 count now, as that one sits high and inside on Brocob. Another, pretty much the same spot there from Gunderman. 3-1. as that finds the outside corner. Gunderman trying to work his way back into this count. Brocobb, full count. From the windup. Swung on and fouled down the third base side. Keeps Brocobb at the plate. Following Brocobb will be Jackson Smith on deck, as this one's popped up and fouled. Brocobb with a pretty defensive at-bat right now. Really fighting off everything he can as he continues. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Was a dropped third, but Brocobb will not make an attempt for first and head back to the dugout, out number 1.
Now batting third baseman number 4, Jackson Smith.
Smith sees ball 1. Runner on third is the situation. Hard grounder, as this one's a throw to first and scooped up for out number 2. Does score a run in Ashbacher, who comes home for run number 3. And regardless of how the rest of this inning goes, it's going to be a pretty successful one. Swung on and fouled by Cam Smith. Oh, 1 pitch on its way. Curveball does not find the zone. 1-1. Low for ball 2 as Gunderman really working on this count. Swung on, hard grounder, third base. Throw across the diamond in time for out number 3, which will wrap up the first. We head into the second. 3-0 is the score on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crawcan. We'll be right back after this.
So if you look at our customers in the four-state area, it is a very rural market in itself. And so we want to be able to help those customers in every aspect of their farm and ranch, whether it's their operation, whether it's cattle, or whether it's crop. And so that's where the division of the four-state farm and ranch came from, is to be able to take it even one step further and to be able to help our customers in every way that they need us.
I love what I do, and I've been in crop insurance for 12 years, and I've loved building those relationships and servicing the farmers and ranchers that I've grown up around my whole life, and now I'm very excited to be able to provide those services outside of just this Southeast Kansas area.
What they can expect from the Farm and Ranch Division is knowledgeable people that know the industry. You know, they've been either raised on a farm, they've been engaged in the seed industry or the ag industry, and so you're going to have a team of experts that already knows the industry. They've been in crop insurance before, or they've been hands-on on a farming operation, so we know what to expect, what the needs are of every farm and ranch, and then also how we can help support them. You don't know what's going to happen with weather. You don't know what's going to happen on a farm and how those operations are going to be affected.
3-0's the score on Girard Sports Live. Sutton Gordon did a nice job cleaning up the top of the first, keeping it 0 for Humboldt, who has yet to put a run on today, as this one's a dinker right back to Gordon, and he looked like the out at first. But between Gordon and Ashbacher, it's been a pretty good pitching performance. Not exactly a surplus of strikeouts, but just kind of getting the defense involved and not giving the batters anything too threatening.
And neither of those guys are necessarily Girard's #1 pitcher, starting pitcher, with that obviously being Cam Smith. But both of them, like you're saying, just doing an incredible job of maintaining this game and keeping these Humboldt guys out of the scoring column.
So 1-2 count here. 2-1. I thought he called that a strike on that second pitch, but I'm a little confused now.
That one was a little outside. I believe it's
3-1 count now.
Yeah.
As that sits in for strike 2. Full count. Gordon winds up and delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Sutton Gordon collects his first of the inning.
Now batting third baseman number 15, Tucker Wrestler.
Brings up the hitter at the plate, being number 15, Wrestler. Gordon doing a good job managing these counts. 1-1 count. As that one looking for the outside corner, can't get it. Two 2-1. Delivers strike 2, that right on that upper side, down the middle. Gordon from the windup. Here's the 2-2. Once again, trying for the outside. Can't get it. No bite here from Wrestler either. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Sutton Gordon retires the side here in the top of the second. Keeps Humboldt at the 0 as Girard looks to rattle the bats once more here on Girard Sports Live. 3-0 is the score. Bottom of the second up next.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
A Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live. Cullen up first here in the bottom of the second. Cullen had a shot over the left field side in game 1. Was one of the single run innings that they had down the stretch. It was the bottom of the second where Girard really was able to get things going after a pretty slow start in the first. This one, a shallow fly ball into center. Cullen kind of lucks out on that one.
Yeah, and I mean, the runners seemed to be running straight at it and then slowed up there right before he got there. So an interesting play by the outfielder, but a good opportunity for Ben to get around the bases and hopefully get in scoring position.
A very interesting situation. I thought that one was surely in range, but just about half a step away, and I don't know. Up to bat now is number 11 as fly ball off the right field side.
And that new batter is Drake Smith. So one of those changes in the batting order. I believe that only other change we'll see as the last batter is Sutton Gordon subbing in for Perrin Stevens.
Drake Smith with a 2-1 count here. Inside for ball 3. Throw down to second. Cullen, decides to stay on his feet. I can only assume both coaches from each side of the diamond are saying, you've got to get down on that
slide.
one.
That was close.
This one hard hit, sky high fly ball into left. Will be received by the left fielder. And out number 1 comes from Drake Smith. Interesting swing there. That one was kind of up or in the zone, and I thought maybe he would have had his base there if he would have just let that one pass. But tougher perspective from that plate. I mean, you're thinking in half a second.
Now up to bat is Briggs Buckingham.
Buckingham starts it off 1-0. Infield now kind of creeping in after seeing him flash the bunt. He does not even flinch for it on this one. 2-0 count as it sits. Pick move to second is a pass ball. Cullen not gonna go to third. Probably the smart call there, as Coronado, if put on the right line, could have thrown him out. Had that awareness out there in center. Ball 3 is up top for Buckingham. Three-0 count. Outside for ball 4. Buckingham takes his base, 1 out. Runners on first and second.
Now batting shortstop, number 5, Robbie Bruning.
So it looks like we will return to the top of the batting order with Robbie Bruning as both runners advance to third and second base.
So now 2 runners in scoring position here for Bruning with a 1-0 count after the dropped ball out of Humboldt. Swung on, popped up, right field side, and out of play for strike 1. in prime position here for the Trojans. If they are able to put this ball into play and potentially bring 2 more runs home, that is ideal situation. Just keep on tacking them on. That one nearly grazing the helmet of Bruning for ball 2. Curveball couldn't make its way back over the plate. 2-2 count. Foul ball keeps him at the plate. The pitcher, Gunderman, is going pretty quick from the mound right now. Swung on. Hit to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. Does score Cullen. And Buckingham remains on second. Surprisingly enough, as he had a large lead out there on second and was about a third of the way down the baseline.
He had a bit of hesitation just deciding whether to go or to stay, and he chose to stay, but smart play to at least stay safe and still remain in scoring position.
Yeah, just keep yourself in the game. Don't want to get that lead runner out and leave somebody on first. You'd rather have them out and have somebody on second. Now with the 0-1 count for Schultz, who sees ball 1 there. One count, 2 gone, and a runner on second. Swung on into right. One hop into the right fielder's glove. Buckingham will make it home for run number 5 on the board for the Trojans. Bottom of the second. And this team already tacking on 5. A very familiar standing that we saw in game 1.
They are halfway to that run rule position they had reached. Now batting, taking a 1-0 count is Aiden Ashbacher, that lone senior. As it was Briar Schultz who had made it to second base after this drop ball from the catcher.
Swung on into left. Yeah. It's got distance and takes a hop over the fence. Oh, no.
I think they're saying it went over the fence. Oh, nope.
A home plate umpire was indicating a home run. Everybody else indicating ground roll double. And that's what it'll stand as. So Ashbacher standing on second, brings another run home. Puts 6 on the board for the Trojans. As Brocob now will step into the box. Try and continue this 2-out rally once again in the bottom of the second. Hard grounder back up the middle. Received by the shortstop. Flipped to first in time for out number 3. So 6-0 is the score. Only a run shy of what they were at in game 1 after 2. So we'll see how this one continues to pan out as we head to the top of the third. We'll be right back after this.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Ginny, or Amber in Girard today.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed.
Top of the third, due up here on Girard Sports Live. 6-0's the score as Gordon remains on the mound. Swing and a miss for strike one early for Coronado. Oh, 1 count, swung on, back down the third base line, scooped up, and flipped to first in time for out number one. Smith to Cullen. That's a 5-3 ground out. Brings up Gunderman at the top of the lineup. Only his second time through here in the top of the third as he sees strike one down the inside. Gordon delivering here with the 0-2. From the windup. Swung on and fouled into the net. Keeps Gunderman at the plate.
Gunderman stays alive, but incredible pitching from Sutton. Really so far throughout this entire game.
Check swing. Did he go? They will say no, so ball one comes in place. Gunderman now with the 1-2 count. Long ways away from getting his way back into this count. Looking for the outside. Can't get it. Ball two. Gordon utilizing his pitches now. As this one swung on back up the middle. Will be received and thrown to first. Not in time. Cullen having to peel his foot in an attempt to receive that ball. Very close call, though.
It's a tough ball to get, but good by Ben to get out there and get the ball and not let it get past him to potentially let up an extra base given to Gunderman.
Bruning, the shortstop. Good heads-up play by him to make his way over and back up his pitcher Gordon, who it initially got past. Swung on down the third base side, ends up foul. Oh, 1 count as it sits. 1 out and a runner on first. Inside pitch will wear it. And Sterling will arrive to first. Brings up Ty Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy with 2 on and 1 gone. Gordon looking to replicate those first couple at-bats. Now lets one a little loose there. Low and away for ball one. The 1-0 pitch popped up. Shallow outfield is where it will land in the glove of, I believe that's Buckingham in center. That it is. So 2 outs with that fly out from Shaughnessy. Miller now stepping into the box. 2 gone and 2 runners on. Trying to continue this inning and potentially bring home the first run of the evening for Humboldt. First pitch, outside corner for strike 1. Gordon from the stretch. Comes set and delivers. Low for ball 1.
One count now. 2 outs. Runners on both second and first.
Gordon leaves that one just a touch high for ball 2. You bring that down maybe an inch or so, and it's certainly up for debate in the umpire's head. And that one may have been anyway. But now with the 2-1 count, Gordon once again looking for that outside, brings count 3-1. This one swung on and fouled into the foot of Miller, brings the count full. 3-2 as it sits. Gordon looking to wrap up this inning and keep the shutout streak going. Some solid contact out of Miller could certainly bring something positive to this Humboldt team. As previously mentioned, for the first time this evening, that one wouldn't have gotten the job done, but maybe would have led him to a single.
We've talked about this Humboldt team not really being able to get anything done, but this Girard team, one of the better teams that you'll probably see all year. As of right now, our boys are ranked 5th in the state in the coaches' rankings, so definitely a team that others are looking out for.
Gordon leaves that one up just a little bit high for ball 4, which sends Miller to first on a hard-fought count. Bentley Kolb with bases loaded. Still looking for the icebreaker, and Gordon, he has been kind of riding the high part of the zone all night. Just having a hard time with that timing. Looking to bring that down, and that one's high too. That has been the miss, though. He's been having his streaks of solid pitches, looking on that inside corner especially, but the miss for him has been up top, as that one sits up there too.
So far, a good job by Brocob keeping all the balls in front of him, knowing that a slip-up could potentially allow a runner home. Now the count is 3-0.
Gordon delivers ball 4 and walks one home. So the first run on the board won't even come from the bats.
Now
Gordon just unable to deliver anything to swing at for the batter Kolb.
Now a mound visit from Coach Fernelli, which we can expect almost the same couple of words coming to Gordon, but it might look like a pitching change.
Looks like Gordon's time on the mound is done, walking one home. And that pitching change will bring number 11.
That's Drake Smith.
Drake Smith steps onto the mound. So we will step aside and take a break. We'll be right back after the warm-ups.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken.
And we're back. Drake Smith now stepping in with a 2-out, bases loaded situation. One of the most stressful situations a pitcher could probably make his way into.
As a pitcher, you don't really want to start off in this scenario. Just one bad pitch and you're in tough luck, and a lot of the blame looks like it's on you.
Foul ball into the glove for strike 2. Smith finding his groove early on this new batter, Grady Elder. Served with an 0-2 count off the bat. Going with some off speed. Couldn't catch him with that. 1-2. 1-2 on its way. Once again, the off speed does take a cut at that one. Popped into the infield. Cullen receives it at first, and that will be out number 3. 6-1 is the score after the top of the third. We head to the bottom as Girard looks to keep their momentum rolling offensively. We'll be right back after this.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues this.
Here for the bottom of the third on Girard Sports Live. Jackson Smith, the leadoff here in the third. The Trojans able to put 3 on the board in both innings leading up to this point. As Smith sees ball 2 there, 2-0 count as it sits. New pitcher on the mound is number 9, which is going to be Mason Miller.
They will call a strike with a 2-1 count now on Jackson.
Strike 2 called there as well, so now a 2-2 count. Swung on into the gap between short and third. Smith will stand up on first for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third.
Jackson finds a good spot to send that ball. That was a high pitch that he swung on, but good swing and great contact.
Cam Smith now. Ball 1, crosses outside. Now 2-0 count for Smith at the plate. Got a timeout called after the throw down to first. Cam Smith, a strong hitter favored count. Now Miller looking to work his way back into it, 2-1. Strike 2 sits in on the curveball. The throw down to second makes its way past the shortstop. Here goes Smith, headed for third, and he is safe.
Good base running from Jackson Smith to get from first to third, and definitely now in scoring position with a 2-2 count on Camden Smith, who has the ability to send him home.
So now Cam Smith going to be having a bit of defense played at the plate, and he swings and misses on that. Strike 3. Tough situation when you get hit with a favorable, I guess, situation just a little bit late in your count. Didn't get to play it exactly how you maybe wanted to. Now 1 gone here for the Trojans as that one's low. Bounces off the glove of the catcher. Jackson Smith headed for home, and he is standing as he crosses the plate. Puts another on the board for the Trojans.
So a great job by Jackson from going from first to home without needing another Trojan to get a hit off.
brings the score 7-1. Miller leaves that one up by the lid.
Ben almost took
Colin.
another one.
Yeah.
That would have been his third of the night.
2-0 count. Pitch on its way. Up top for ball 3. Can expect Cullen to see this one to the glove. Probably not even going to budge. And that he does. See strike 1. From the windup, the 3-1. Low and outside for ball 4. Cullen will take his base.
So Ben will get to first, and for his second time at bat, it is Drake Smith.
We saw Jackson Smith take second. Cullen also was a little bit aggressive on some of his base running in the first game. Seemed to get a pretty aggressive lead right there.
And we see Humboldt, I mean, that first baseman is just sitting at the base.
Ready to receive anything. Drake Smith starts it off with a 1-0 count. Miller delivers up high for ball 2.
Both this pitcher and the catcher are eyeing that first baseman, just trying to catch Ben off guard.
2-0 pitch is too high for ball 3. So now once again, 3 straight for Miller on back-to-back batters. As a pick move to first on Cullen. That one the closest of anyone we've seen so far today. Cullen's still safe at first. The 3-0 pitch sits in for strike 1. Now a 3-1 count. Pick move to first again. Cullen gets back in time. High fly ball headed to right, finds the floor. Headed for third is Cullen. Standing up on first is Drake Smith. And that will be another single on the board for the Trojans. Another runner in scoring position.
Now we have Briggs Buckingham, who had gotten walked his first at bat with runners in both corners of the bases.
That pitch sits on the inside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1. Miller. A nasty curveball on strike 2. And inside for strike 3, Buckingham watches 3 across the plate. Very uncharacteristic at bat out of him.
So now it'll be Robbie back up to hit with runners on third and second. So definitely a chance to get a couple more on the board this inning.
Bruning at the top of the lineup. Like you said, 2 runners in scoring position. 2 outs. As this is a hard hit. Finding the gap between short and third. Rounding third, headed for home. Is he there in time? Yes, he is. Drake Smith comes across the plate. Bruning standing on second. And the 2-out rally continues as the score advances 9-1. So 3 per inning has been the formula for this Trojans team. And now Bruning headed for third after the drop throw back to the pitcher. And that is just to show how crucial each and every throw has been in this game. The Trojans are just quick to attack. They are jumping on every opportunity they can get.
So now Breyer has an opportunity to send Robbie home. 2-0 count with 2 outs.
Miller from the windup. Inside, and Schultz wears it on the number. That one's going to show up tomorrow morning.
He'll probably have a bruise.
That was a fastball right underneath the shoulder blade. You'll have to ask him about it tomorrow.
I'll see. We don't have school tomorrow.
Oh, well, hey, there you go. Monday. See if it's still there. Schultz does take second after ball one, or strike one, excuse me. Ashbacher with an 0-1 count.
So now runners on third and second. Aiden now has a chance to send a couple guys home and add to this lead.
Big RBI chance, and that curveball, man, has a ton of movement.
That was a good curveball. It looked like it would end up near Aiden's head, and it ended up near his knee down low.
Looked like it was going to find his ear off of the release, and then that one ends up behind him. Miller kind of all over the place here.
1-2 count. Ashbacher with a chance.
Low and away for ball 2.
And Breyer's almost halfway off the base. He looked like he was playing shortstop just with a runner on third. That's a dangerous situation, but that second baseman seems to be further enough away.
This is a hard grounder to the third baseman. Is he there in time? The throw is by Ashbacher about a half step away from being safe at first, and that keeps 3s on the board for this Trojans team as we head into the top of the 4th. 9-1 is the score. We'll be right back after this.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone.
Top of the fourth. Up here for the Humboldt Tigers. Brock Ivy steps in. I believe this is only his second at-bat of the day.
He had struck out on a full count as his first at-bat, and now here, 1-1 is the pitch count.
Following that foul ball, Drake Smith has been pretty surgical so far, as a non-confident cut from Ivy fouls that one off for strike two. 1-2 count. Smith from the windup. Swing and a miss for strike three. And just not a very confident at bat from Ivy. I mean, just kind of reading that body language.
You can see the frustration of just wished he had played it differently.
Really never leaned back on that back leg and loaded up for anything. It looked like he was just kind of fighting it off. And I don't know if it's maybe the speed at which Smith is pitching, but see it once again here on the new batter, which is number 15, Wrestler. This one back up the middle, almost kept in the infield by Bruning, but will find the gap to center. And result in a single for Wrestler.
Now batting number 11, Luke.
Swing and a miss for strike one on Coronado. 0-1 count. Smith checks swing there. Did he go? They will say no.
So he will stay a 1-1 count.
Fortunate break there. He kind of flipped his hips. That can sometimes lead to a bad result on a check swing, as he sees strike two there from Smith. One, two as it sits. Runner on first. One gone. Swung on. Popped up. Shallow outfield in left. Will be received and good for out number two by Ashbacher, who threw in the first game all 5 innings for a shutout.
Now batting number 5, Gavin Gunderman.
Gunderman back up at the top of the order. 2 outs. Runner on first. Swing and a miss for strike one from Smith. Oh, 1 in the dirt for ball one. Swung on and fouled for strike two from Gunderman. 1-2 count with 2 gone and a runner on first. Smith has been phenomenal since subbing in with 1 to go in inning number 3. Closed out a really tough situation. Only gave up that 1 hit right back up the middle. Just a pretty fortunate spot for the batter Wrestler. But outside of that, it's been relatively surgical from Drake Smith. 1-2 on its way, looking for the outside corner. Can't get it.
So a 2-2 count, but like you're saying, Drake has done a great job of pitching so far coming in for Gordon, but hopefully he'll keep this up and shut out this game.
And he Gets strike 3 there on Gunderman. Finds the spot in the lower zone. Shuts down the 4th inning as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Girard up 8.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
A Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans! From Eastside.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
And we're back. Blake Brokob, the leadoff here in the bottom of the 4th. It's been 3 an inning so far for this Girard team. Brokob trying to turn on that one and take it to the fence down the left field side, but fouls it off instead. 0-1 count. See strike 2 there on the lower outside corner. Brokob in a bit of disagreement there with the call, but it was close. 0-2 count. Wind up from Miller. Swung on to the third baseman. Brokob hustling to first, and he is out by about a step and a half. Sun is setting now on that left field side, creating a bit of a hindrance to these first basemen. Now, I saw the first baseman, Russell, actually have to hold up his hand to try and block the sun. Be able to receive that ball. Jackson Smith now, who I believe actually was the one that started in the last inning.
I believe you are correct. It went from Jackson up to Aiden, and then we were right back with Blake. So
Smith with a 2-0 count now. Sees ball 3 low. Following Jackson Smith will be Cam Smith on deck. Those will be the guarantees. 3-0, wind up and on its way from Miller. Is not what Smith thought, but it is strike 1.
Jackson looked like
he's ready to toss.
Expecting a toss.
He's ready to toss that bat to the dugout and head for first. But now with the 3-1, turns on this, headed for left, and does find the turf. As Smith stands up on first. And once again, kind of that situation where we see that outfielder kind of check up early.
Just kind of wait and let the ball fall in front of him.
Very interesting.
And we've seen this from Jax. The last time he was at bat, he had made it from first to home without another Trojan even hitting the ball.
Ooh. Very close there. Smith maybe safe by a fingertip.
That's one of those calls that you were expecting it to go either way.
I really did think they were going to call him out there.
It's like a 2-0 count on Cam.
Cam Smith now with a favorable count. This one headed sky high in left field. And will be snagged as Jackson Smith heads back to first for the second out of the inning.
That ball kind of seemed like it stunned everyone. The outfielders weren't sure who was grabbing it, and even the Humboldt fans didn't fully clap until he was getting ready to throw it. Just a little bit of a confusing play.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a rocket ship. Artemis 2 kind of hit right there from Cam Smith.
In the news recently.
Ball one crosses as this is a throw down to second. Will get past the shortstop Gunderman. And Jackson Smith stands up on second again. And both times I think the throw had him beat and just didn't land in the glove.
That kind of seems like a theme from Humboldt all night where they're right there. They just keep making small mistakes that have let this Trojan team really come away with this one.
That one barely catching the inside corner for Miller.
That one called a strike, I believe.
Yeah.
1-2 count.
So Cullen now having to play a little bit defensive at the plate. Try and keep this inning alive. Assuming the Trojans keep it clean in the top of the fifth, Cullen could be the potential game-winning run here at the plate.
Ben's already had one home run in this contest in that first game between these two.
Now faced with a full count. A lot of these times you see a batter choke up on the bat as we see Cullen do. I don't think he's going to be going for the fences, but he will be looking to find green here, but no, does not.
Now Ben gets on base, runners on first and second. And it will now be up to Drake Smith.
Yeah, and if you're Drake Smith, I think the goal here is use your at-bat, use the entire length. You got a pitcher up there in Miller who's struggling just a little bit. I wouldn't be too hasty to swing. And now we see a pass ball on the throw down to third. As Cullen is maybe getting caught in a pickle, and wow, what a throw there. As Cullen will be caught trying to steal third. But it will bring a run home in Jackson Smith. Very confusing.
Just a little bit of, I mean, Ben was even shocked that he was called out. He was pretty sure he got there, and the catcher kind of seemed like he was bobbling a little bit there on third base.
Yeah, I mean, I think had that ball come out, I think everybody was expecting the ball to come out, but it stuck in the glove, and that one secured for out number 3. Just unfortunate from Cullen because he played it pretty well, and the throw really wasn't there. The the recipient of the throw really wasn't there either. And now we've got a 10-1 score headed into the top of the fifth. We're going to keep it here for the time being. And Bruning is going to step on the mound now.
So this will be the first time we're seeing Robbie tonight, and he's coming in hoping to shut out this inning pretty quick and efficiently, and then we'll see if the Trojans can take this one here in the fifth just by needing one more score as long as this inning stays clean.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. 20 pitches deep for Drake Smith, and the rate at which he was performing to see him leave the mound. And this is nothing against Bruning stepping onto the mound. This is more so just saying Smith was having a pretty good performance. I wonder if they're trying to save him for a sooner date and keep him eligible on pitches or just keep him fresh nonetheless. But
and like you're saying, I mean, our next game will be after this Easter weekend here on Monday, facing off against Columbus at home. So another doubleheader. So definitely more games than usual in a shorter span of time. That you'll need all the pitchers you can get.
Bruning, first pitch, will find fair territory and out at first as the batter, number 2, Mason Sterling, was just a little bit slow on the jump.
I believe that play was made by Jackson Smith, the third baseman, just going over and getting a quick throw on the run. So great play by him to get it to Ben.
That sits in for strike one. I was actually surprised that one wasn't ruled foul. It looked like it came. I may have a perception issue here because that's the second time today. I thought one hit off the batter's foot or ankle or something.
I wasn't.
Because the way it rolled just looked kind of weird to me, but
might just be from where we're at.
Must be. This one swung on into center, tracking and caught for the second out of the inning.
That ball was caught by Briggs Buckingham there in center field.
Now batting number 9, Mason Miller.
Excuse me, that was Corvin Bowen on the catch. Not Briggs. That is the second time I've gotten Corvin's name. I'm gonna hear about that probably Monday.
2-0 count for Miller at the plate. Bruning trying to make quick work of this top of the fifth as he delivers strike one there. Comes set, delivers. Very interesting to see Robbie Bruning coming out of the stretch voluntarily. No runners on.
So 3-1 count.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. But more on that coming out of the stretch. That's something you see a lot of recently. And I haven't actually asked the question as to why that is for some of these pitchers. Maybe it's just trying to keep it pretty consistent across all planes, but it's very interesting because a couple of years ago you never saw anybody, or hardly saw anybody, coming out of the stretch with no runners on, you know. It's just.
That's just
different.
A little bit of maybe a coaching from Fernelli, just getting his guys where he needs them to be to close out this one.
2 gone with a runner on first now. It's the situation for Russell. Or, excuse me, Colt. Or Kolb. I think I referred to him as Russell earlier. This is Bentley Kolb. And a nasty curveball sits in for strike 2.
Kolb had leaned back expecting it to come right across his chest, but it was right there in the middle of the strike zone.
0-2 count as it sits. Bruning gets him to swing. Strike 3 as he retires aside in the top of the 5th. We head into the bottom. Girard needs 1 to put this one away. Will they do it? We'll see next on Girard Sports Live.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Ginny, or Amber in Girard.
At Girard Medical Center, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown healthcare team. From family medicine and emergency care to lab services, surgery, imaging, and beyond, we're here when you need us. Compassionate care close to home. To learn more about our high-quality care and everything that we have to offer, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the...
Here in the bottom of the 5th, Drake Smith is going to get kind of a fresh count here as he was, I believe, a strike deep in his counts at the end of the 4th when Ben Cullen was caught stealing on 3rd. Starts it off with a 1-0 count here. The new pitcher, Sterling, on the mound for Humboldt. Starts off 1-1 against Smith. Following Smith will be Buckingham on deck. And then after him, who's next up?
Looks like Robbie Bruning starting at the top of that lineup.
Smith sends this one into the atmosphere, headed for left. As almost a collision there. Once again, kind of talking about that communication out there in the outfield from Humboldt. Very close call there.
Like you're saying, just seems like every ball in the outfield, you're not sure if Humboldt's going to come down with it or not.
It's been one of those days for him for sure as Buckingham steps in on Buckingham's last at-bat, or earlier in this game, I think he saw 3 strikes go by.
Yeah. That last at-bat, 3 strikes. His first at-bat was 4 balls, and last one 3 strikes in a row. And now this one a ball and a strike apiece with 1-1. So Three completely different at-bats for Briggs.
1-1 pitch on its way. Swung on and out of play. Drilled down the right field line. Now with a 1-2 count here for Buckingham. From the windup, Sterling tries for the changeup and sits just a bit too high for ball 2.
So a 2-2 count for Briggs, 1 out.
Once again, basically the same spot on back-to-back pitches from Sterling. Brings the count full as he was up by 2 pitches right there. And now Buckingham, arguably a more nervy at-bat, as this one is headed for center. Backtracking, and it's out of the glove. Buckingham, off the error, will make his way to first, and that is the game-winning run on base.
So now Briggs on base. Definitely a different 3 sets of at-bats for Briggs, with his first one being all balls, last one being all strikes, and then a full count. So now he has the chance to send this game to an end.
Bruning sees strike 1 there. Check down to Buckingham at first, as he's there in time. That one was a little out of Bruning's zone. Nice take, I'd say, but maybe just nicked the edge of that strike zone, as Buckingham stands on second now after the pass ball. In scoring position.
So 1-1 count, allowing Briggs to get to second. All Robbie needs to do is find a gap, and this game should be over.
Yeah, ideally you move Briggs to third at the very least with 1 out. You can kind of lay down a bunt in that situation and try to put this one away, as Buckingham's headed for third. This one's popped up, headed in foul territory, and will land for strike 2. Kind of unfortunate there, as Buckingham, I think, would have had the jump to get to third.
I agree, and that would have been the thing to end this one.
Now a 1-2 count, as that's an inside pitch. Catches him swinging. Sterling puts one just close enough for Bruning to take a cut.
So with that out, it's now
2 gone and a runner on second.
Yep.
Schultz at the plate. Takes a hard cut into center, as that one is received. Buckingham will not make his way around the bases, and we will head into the top of the 6th. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this one.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home, and a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health, and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul.
Now for the top of the 6th, as first pitch sits in for strike one. New pitcher on the mound, Caleb.
August Amershak, a junior this year. He's throwing the fastball, and he seems to be throwing it well with a 1-1 count.
From the windup, as this one's fouled into the net. The new batter at the plate is going to be a new face, Lassman. One-two count. The deliver in for strike three. Collecting a quick K to his stat book. Amershak, like you said, kind of has that tail end fastball. Looks like probably a two-seam type where it's got that just slight bend as it crosses the plate. Nothing too crazy, but just enough to maybe catch it on the inside of the handle or something weird for these batters.
It's the kind of ball that's tricky to get under and even get a swing at.
Brings up another new face in Sanchez for this Humboldt team. It looks like they're kind of working through some pinch hitters. Wrestler up next. 0-1 count. Up top for ball one. Pretty much the exact same start to this at bat. Outside for ball two. This one swung on, popped up into the outfield, called off and received by the left fielder, Ashbacher. For out number two, brings up Wrestler now to the plate with two gone and no runners on. First pitch sits in strike one.
So far, Amershak has done a great job controlling where he wants it to go and getting these batters out pretty quickly.
One. Here's the pitch. Inside and swung and fouled. I think that one would have been a ball had he took it. But trying to get a piece was Wrestler, and now faced with a 1-2 count. Amershak doing real well from the mound. Here's the 1-2 as that comes across the plate. So close.
Just a little low.
The entire field thought that one was in the zone. Now with the 2-2 count. As that finds the spot for strike three, which will bring us to the bottom of the sixth, as the Trojans still only need one to wrap this one up. We'll be right back after this break.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big
The
loss.
Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Siebert back to pass.
Here in the bottom of the 6th, 10-1 is the score. This Trojan team has scored in every inning except for the bottom of the 5th as Ashbacher faces a 2-0 count. That one just barely tailing to the inside, almost wearing it on his shoulder. That is what he was wanting to do in this situation. Low for ball 3, gives him an early 3-0 count.
So for Ashbacher, this is what you're looking for. Aiden now has a chance to try to get one in. He has a couple of balls to work with.
Yeah, certainly looking for yours. And that's not it. Ball 4, he'll take his base, and that is a favorable start.
Just as good.
That's a favorable start there for this inning. A 4-0 walk, and now Brokop's kind of stepping in going, you know, I might just watch this one go through.
I was going to say, Blake can definitely swing and take one here and use Aiden's speed to get him home.
Ooh, a hard cut as this one's popped up behind the plate. It's tracking, and it is foul. Unable to reel it in. Yeah.
Good break for the Trojans. Just with a out there, that could have been an issue getting a runner home. But
tell you what, Brokop was certainly swinging for the fences. He wants to get a hold of one here and get to claim that walk-off. 0-1. This one sits in for strike 2. Ooh, Ashbacher may not have gotten hit by the pitch on the at-bat, but man, catches one there.
He got hit. He seems to be all right.
Oh, 2 count for Brokop. That one, man, the off speed, he is sitting on it.
He's
just
trying to get it out of here.
He wants to get a hold of one of those. Sterling's kind of serving him up on a silver platter for him right now. He just has not been able to get a hold of it, but
we were
he's
talking
close.
about it before the inning that if Ashbacher's now in that scoring position off a second, he steals now, easily gets to third. So all Brokop needs to do is make contact that ends up in the outfield, and this game should be over.
1-2 count. Yeah, I mean, make any kind of contact here. And you're pretty well sending him home, and that is good enough.
That'll
One
send him
hop to
home.
the fence. Ashbacher trots his way home. And Brocobb may not have got the walk-off homer he wanted, but he gets a walk-off nonetheless as Ashbacher puts him up by 10. And that will conclude game number 2 here in the home of the Trojans. 5 inning and a 6 inning, cutting it a total of 3 innings short tonight in this doubleheader against the Humboldt Tigers. A 21-1 difference in these contests, boosting them to a total of 93-7 on their competition.
Drake, that is an insane stat. Just absolutely killing it on the offensive and playing just as great defense out on the field. So this Trojan team, a team to look out for no matter who you are coming to Girard to play them.
Well, and not to mention that one run that came through was on a walk. That was on a walk. So, I mean, you think about that, kind of almost unearned in a way. I don't know if he got on base in an earned way, so I don't know if that actually goes in the book as an earned or an unearned run. But nonetheless, that was kind of just proof that, you know, it took one batter to walk to get him home. But out in the field, it was flawless tonight.
And we hear it from coaches all the time of make sure that you're not giving them those easy points. You're not the reason that they're scoring. And for the Trojans, other than that one run, they kept this team pretty silent all night without an actual run being scored from this Humboldt team. So the Trojans move on to 8-0 on the season, keeping it 4-0 in the C&C, and I believe Humboldt will now fall to 1-3, being a couple games behind this Trojan team. So great showing from the Trojans tonight.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal, and that will pretty well conclude us here for Girard Sports Live. Keep a lookout as we look ahead in the schedule towards the rest of these. Looks like the next one's going to be on the 13th, which will be versus Pittsburgh here. And then following that will be the 14th on Girard Sports Live, and also the 24th. And that'll be baseball. And then if you're interested in the softball schedule, we've got a couple of those dates coming up in May for you guys as well. So stay tuned for those as they come out on the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. We hope you guys all enjoyed our baseball debut. Of course, a couple things me and Caleb kind of warming up to in the baseball season, but we will have you guys ready to rock and roll by next time for sure, as this was great night, Caleb.
Yep, just getting it going, switching from basketball to baseball, and let's see how these Trojan boys can really climb through this season and keep beating these teams.
Well, we wrap up here for myself, Caleb, and the rest of the Varsity Sports Live production crew. We say thank you for watching. Have a great night, and we hope to see you all next time.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat. Don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.